this is the best intraday strategy that you'll ever see. Okay, so now we are going to focus more about order blocks and the entry points. How do we enter from the order block when the market reaches our zone or our order block, right? So now let's start from here, right? This was a bearish market. That was the break of market structure, right? So when the market broke the structure, it left what we call unmitigated zones, or is when the price didn't return to that zone, we call it unmitigated one, right? That means it is our new order block that we shall consider, guys, right? So now when we draw our zone right here, so now we shall wait for the market to come back to that zone, as you can see it, right? Then the market came back to our zone. We are on daily time frame. This is our time frame. It is where we get the buyers from, or where we can draw. You can even draw your zones from, right? From either daily time frame or H4 time frame. So now that is the order block. Now the market is playing in, right? So now I want to show you how we can enter from this order block when the market reaches our zone, right? So make sure you stick up the end of this video, and please, if you haven't subscribed, do it down there and give a like to this video, plus share it to friends so that they can also benefit, right? So now let's go to our H4 time frame and we get more clarity about this, right? So now you can see how the market is ranging when it reaches this H4 zone, or when it reaches this daily order block. You can see what the market is doing. It wants to go down because it started to give us what we call bearish signals, right? So now what do we consider before entering the market, right? Before entering the trade, before executing that trade, what do you look at? There are some people who look at what we call bearish candlestick pattern, right? We just go to our lower time frame. We just go to 1 hour time frame. If you really made if you made your analysis on your daily, you just go to your 1 hour time frame, or you just go to your 15-minute time frame for more small stop loss, right? So now you see how the market is behaving on your 15-minute time frame, guys, right? You see how the market is behaving. So now what do we look at when the market reaches there? We always look for what we call market structure shift on your daily time frame, guys, right? So now when the market reached the daily time frame, okay, this is what it made. So now this is how it behaved, right? This is a low, right? That is a smaller low, okay? That is a high. This is a low, okay? It created another high, then it started dropping, right? You can see how it started dropping, okay? Now that this is a higher low, and it created what we call a lower low, if I'm not mistaken, okay? So now you can see this, guys, right? You can see this. When I remove this, you can see what we call a market structure shift. We always trade this pattern. This pattern always works so much, guys. If you really consider this pattern, it works so much, because now always we shall look at the market breaking this the low that it made. After that, we always look at the order blocks that are up there, okay? That's where we execute our trades from, after confirming that yes, our low has been broken. That means the market has changed direction, right? So now that is the thing that is here that we want to see, okay? So now that is it, right? This is the low that was broken, right? So now this is the low, okay, that we considered, because that was a high, a low, a high. So now this is the low that was there. You can see how it was broken right here, okay? You can see. So now after that, after breaking that low, we shall consider, now we shall look for the order block also on our 15-minute time frame, guys, right? We shall also look for the order block, and I think you know how to get the order blocks, right? Okay, this was the order block. If you can see very clearly, it was right here. This was one of the order blocks. If you can see really very clearly that it was one of the order blocks. That's why when you see the market coming to that order block, you can see how it really behaved, right? So now it was really very nice when the market came there. So now someone would just enter right there after the market coming to that order block, and you just target any zone. It was like a 1 to 3 trade, right? Okay, so now after that, guys, let me show you. You see how the market it moved almost 100 pips after that confirmation, right? So now it went back to that zone, because now it was ranging in this daily order block, right? So now you can see what the market did again, okay? It created another bullish momentum here, okay? But we were still in our daily zone, right? But it created this bullish momentum. Now let's see how this one now it is moving, guys, right? You can see that bullish momentum the market was creating. Okay, now this is a low that the market last made, right? So now we want to see that low being broken again, as you can see here, right? The low, it was broken. Now boom. Okay, after breaking that low, you can see how the market is behaving, right? So now this is the low. Let me show it to you. Okay, so now because of that bullish momentum, it left this low here, right here. So we're considering this low, so we're waiting for this low here to be broken before we can enter this trade, right? You can see that's the low. So after breaking that low, of course, now we looked at up here where we would get some of the order blocks that we would consider entering the market from, guys, right? So now this intraday best, it is really the best strategy that you will ever use. Now up to now the market is still moving. Up to now it is still selling today. Up now it is selling to the maximum, guys. Okay, up now it is selling to the maximum because of that, guys. It is moving almost 100 pips. Okay, it is moving almost 100 and something, 150 pips now because of that confirmation that we really got. It is the same thing when you go to GBP USD. It is really the same thing now when you go to GBP USD, guys, right? You can see, let me show you this. The market was bullish. Okay, then it left this low. This is the low that the market left behind. So for us, we're waiting for this low to come and be broken here. You can see, guys, right? That is the low that was left there. Okay, after creating this high. This is the high and that is the low. So now we're waiting for that low being broken, and after breaking that low, you can see how the market behaved. It went back. It went back, swept our liquidity here, our liquidity. Then boom, you can see. After sweeping that liquidity, you can see how it is going, right? So now those are the bearish setups. So now I want to show you a bullish setup, and according to our strategy, that also it works on all the bullish setups and bearish ones. Okay, so now let's go here, guys, right? Let's go here. This was a bearish market. It was a bearish market. It was creating some lows. It was generating lows, right? This was a low that the market was generating. As you can see here, this was a low that the market was generating, guys, right? So after the market generating that low, so it also created this high. So now, as according to our strategy, we had to wait for this to be broken before considering it to be a bearish market, guys, right? So now after that being broken, even the market didn't come back to our order block of fair value gap. It just bought, right? Sometimes the market will go to the direction leaving you, right? But just what you have to do is not to chase it. Okay, never chase the market, never chase the market. So those people who trade breakout, they would just enter right from here. You put your stop loss here, almost 70 pips, then the target would be somewhere. Okay, the target would be somewhere. It is still moving almost 200 pips, guys, right? So now all this strategy works to all those who trade support and resistance, supply and demand, and all these people who trade ICT, guys, right? So now trade opportunities, they will always come. There will always come these trading opportunities. It is just you who just have to use them.